Have you ever looked at someone successful and wondered what makes them different? Why does one person change the world while millions of others live ordinary lives? Why do some people build incredible businesses, become world-famous athletes, make groundbreaking discoveries, or inspire millions around the world? Are they born with some special gift? Do they have more talent, better luck, or opportunities that most people never get? The answer is simpler than you might think. Extraordinary people are not a different species. They are ordinary people who develop extraordinary habits, mindsets, and behaviors over time. What separates them from everyone else isn't magic, destiny, or perfect circumstances. It's the choices they make every single day. Think about the people you admire most. Whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, scientists, artists, or leaders, their success can seem almost unbelievable. From the outside, their achievements look enormous. But if you examine their journey closely, you'll often find that they started exactly where many others started. They faced uncertainty. They made mistakes. They experienced failure. They doubted themselves. They struggled. The difference is that they didn't allow those challenges to stop them. One of the most important traits of extraordinary people is that they have a clear vision. Most people move through life without a specific direction. They react to whatever happens around them. Days become weeks, weeks become months, and months become years without any meaningful progress toward a larger goal. Extraordinary people are different. They know where they want to go. They have a purpose that guides their decisions. When you have a clear destination, your actions begin to align with your goals. You become more focused. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You start making choices based on where you want to be in the future rather than how you feel in the moment. A clear vision gives meaning to effort. It turns ordinary work into a mission. Another thing that separates extraordinary people is their willingness to embrace discomfort. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid uncomfortable situations. They avoid risk. They avoid failure. They avoid criticism. They stay in familiar environments where they feel safe. But growth rarely happens in comfort. Every skill you've ever learned required discomfort. Every achievement required effort. Every improvement required stepping into the unknown. Extraordinary people understand this. They don't run away from challenges. They lean into them. When they encounter difficulty, they don't immediately assume they're on the wrong path. Instead, they recognize that struggle is often part of progress. The athlete becomes stronger by pushing beyond limits. The entrepreneur grows by solving difficult problems. The student becomes smarter by tackling challenging subjects. What feels uncomfortable today often becomes the source of tomorrow's success. Consistency is another powerful reason why some people become extraordinary. Many people are motivated for a few days. They start a new habit, begin a project, or set a goal with excitement. But when the excitement fades, so does the effort. Extraordinary people understand that success is not built in a day. It's built through repeated action over long periods of time. They show up when they feel motivated. They show up when they don't. They keep working even when progress seems slow. They understand that small improvements, repeated consistently, eventually create massive results. A single workout won't transform your body. One practice session won't make you an expert. One day of hard work won't guarantee success. But years of consistent effort can create outcomes that seem impossible to others. Extraordinary people also take responsibility for their lives. Many people spend their time blaming circumstances. They blame bad luck, difficult situations, other people, or the economy. While these factors can certainly create challenges, extraordinary people focus on something different. They focus on what they can control. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I do about it?" Instead of making excuses, they look for solutions. Instead of waiting for someone to rescue them, they take action themselves. This mindset is incredibly powerful because responsibility creates control. The moment you accept responsibility for your future, you gain the ability to influence it. Another common characteristic of extraordinary people is that they never stop learning. The world changes constantly. New ideas emerge. Technology evolves. Industries transform. People who stop learning eventually stop growing. Extraordinary individuals remain curious throughout their lives. They read books. They study new skills. They ask questions. They seek knowledge from people who know more than they do. Even after achieving success, they continue learning because they understand that growth never truly ends. Knowledge expands possibilities. Every new skill creates opportunities. Every lesson learned increases your ability to solve problems and create value. Extraordinary people are also willing to think long-term. Most people focus on immediate rewards. They choose what feels good today rather than what benefits them tomorrow. But extraordinary individuals understand the power of delayed gratification. They are willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. They save money when others spend it. They practice when others procrastinate. They study when others seek entertainment. They invest time and effort today because they understand that the future is shaped by the decisions made in the present. A farmer doesn't plant a seed and expect a tree the next day. They understand that growth requires patience. Success works the same way. The greatest achievements are often the result of years of preparation, discipline, and persistence. Failure is another area where extraordinary people think differently. Most people fear failure. They see it as proof that they're not good enough. When things go wrong, they become discouraged and give up. Extraordinary people view failure differently. They see it as feedback. Every mistake teaches a lesson. Every setback provides information. Every obstacle reveals an opportunity to improve. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. In many cases, it's part of the path to success. The people we admire today have often failed more times than most people ever realize. The difference is that they kept going. They learned. They adapted. They improved. And eventually, those lessons helped them achieve extraordinary results. Perhaps the most important trait of all is belief. Before any great achievement becomes reality, someone has to believe it's possible. Extraordinary people don't allow limitations to define their future. They see possibilities where others see obstacles. When others say something can't be done, they ask how it can be done. When others focus on problems, they focus on solutions. Their belief doesn't guarantee success, but it creates the willingness to take action. And action is what changes lives. Every invention, business, achievement, and breakthrough began as an idea that someone believed was worth pursuing. The truth is that extraordinary people are not born extraordinary. They become extraordinary through thousands of small choices. The choice to keep learning. The choice to stay disciplined. The choice to continue after failure. The choice to embrace discomfort. The choice to take responsibility. The choice to remain consistent. These choices may seem small in the moment, but over time they create remarkable results. Success is rarely a single event. It's usually the accumulation of countless actions repeated day after day, month after month, and year after year. That's why extraordinary people aren't defined by one achievement. They're defined by the habits and decisions that made those achievements possible. So, the next time you see someone extraordinary, don't just admire the result. Look at the process. Look at the discipline. Look at the persistence. Look at the sacrifices. Because behind every extraordinary life is a person who chose growth over comfort, action over excuses, and persistence over quitting. And the most powerful realization of all is this: the same principles that help them become extraordinary are available to you as well. Your future is shaped by what you choose to do today. The journey doesn't begin when conditions are perfect. It begins the moment you decide to take the first step. And that single step could be the beginning of something extraordinary.